Hey guys, Crypto Sunday, and everyone's really happy about the BlackRock ETF, it seems. I'm up 23,000 on last week, and yeah, it's quite spread around the coins. Altcoins doing quite well after sort of getting quite hammered. So yeah, news everywhere. Let's have a quick look. So every now and then some of this news sort of opens your eyes to companies I didn't realise were anywhere near this big. Parent company of Credit Agricole and Santander is going after crypto, gains crypto license for custody in the EU. And yeah, this is under the MiCA registration. They should be ready rather shortly. And apparently they have $5.1 trillion in assets. So half of what BlackRock have, and BlackRock are the largest in the world. So didn't realise anyone in the EU had sort of anywhere near this amount. But yeah, two of them together, I suppose, 4.6 trillion euros. So it's just the old guard yet again, trying to sort of muscle their way in and get the existing players out. Binance under investigation by the French authorities for illegally providing services before it received approval. So yeah, get these companies out and get the big banks and people in on it. And yeah, it's a shame, really. We sort of kind of wanted crypto for ourselves and it to be sort of decentralized and away from the big banks, but this is really what we need for mass capital. So I kind of grin and bear it. But yeah, interesting to see. Huge amount of assets under management. If they can get sort of the Europeans trading, then it could be interesting. So that's the French side. You've got the German side in Deutsche Bank, sort of always on the cusp of going bankrupt, it seems, but they never do. And they've applied for a digital asset license in Germany. So yeah, they've been trying for a long while. They announced this in 2021 that they were looking to do it in February 2021. They were exploring it, and yeah, they're sort of looking to offer institutional grade hot and cold storage, which is sort of whether they hold the keys or not in sort of layman's terms. And yeah, presume they could get into more and more services if this goes reasonably well. This is just getting beyond a joke in the US. We're not allowed a spot ETF unless the BlackRock one gets approval. But before now, they've rejected 22, I believe, spot ETFs for Bitcoin. But they allowed the futures, which they say somehow is more secure and better for the customer. And now they've allowed a 2x leveraged futures ETF. So how that can possibly be safer for the customer than a spot ETF that holds Bitcoin itself, I've no idea. This leverage is something that sort of Wall Street and the original degens like. So yeah, it's based on the CME Bitcoin futures, which they seem to be very happy with, but it's not real futures. Oh, it's not real Bitcoin, rather. So crazy, really. You can have leverage, but you can't have real Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the IMF are basically just interested in programmable central bank digital currencies, which is a little bit sad. They sort of had another get together, and they've been talking about sort of all sorts of ways that they could use central bank digital currencies to sort of better deliver benefits, and they've been sort of talking about, you know, they could use it for targeted benefits. They could use it for sort of vouchers rather than just straight up cash. They were saying, you know, mentioning food stamps and that sort of thing. You could give people, you know, money that had to be spent within a certain time, had to be spent on certain things, rather than sort of just cash. So you can see the way they're looking at it all, and yeah, not great. Then lastly, I've mentioned this before, sort of a trade that I was or have been looking to do for quite a while, but it's sort of not something that happens, within a week. Trading some of my Bitcoin for Ethereum. So I've got about 4.6 Bitcoin. I was maybe looking to shave off the zero point 0.6. I did 0.4 Bitcoin into Ethereum, just sort of wanting to bump that up. I'm still about 62% Bitcoin overall, despite adding lots and lots to altcoins. Should have just bought Bitcoin, obviously, it's done better, but going into a bull market, I would expect sort of Bitcoin dominance to come down, and presumably Ethereum will be right up there. But I did find this, somebody posted this chart, and this gigantic wedge going back from sort of 2017. Obviously volatility is tempered since then, and we've had a bear market, and now into sort of the business end of this wedge, I think you could say. So yeah, on the sort of smaller time frame, kind of looking at if we do get sort of a bit lower on this wedge, maybe doing that other 0.6 Bitcoin into Ethereum. A lot of people sort of obviously saying Ethereum has far more longer term application than Bitcoin. Nice sort of being a nice store of value, but not a huge amount more than that. Whereas Ethereum sort of obviously has far reaching uses in everything really, DeFi and NFTs and tokenizing digital assets. None of that is presumably going to be done on Bitcoin, so Ethereum you'd think would be the leader. So yeah, we could potentially go sort of down to 0.05 Ethereum, but I would think long term it might be a decent buy, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Maybe if we sort of get to the middle, I might make that trade. I'm not sure whether I'd sort of go too much further, sort of transferring the some of the 4 remaining Bitcoin into Ethereum, but yeah, be interesting to see where this goes. So just looking at the coins for the week, obviously everything is green, but it's just how much green. So Bitcoin up 16.6%. It's had a great week, as I say, dominance on the up. That's affected by stable coins obviously not moving, but even if you exclude stable coins, it's well up, so that's been doing well. And then Ethereum up 11.5%, Solana up 11.5%, Cardano up 13.6%, that's doing pretty well. Chainlink up 20.6%, that's doing very well. XRP not really moving around much at all, 2.45%. Still waiting on the lawsuit. Audius up 16.5%. Matic up 11.3%. It's struggling, Matic, at the moment. It's sort of going down more than the others when they go down, and not recovering when the others recover. Quant 6.2% up. Gala up 19%, that's pretty good. Power Ledger 21.5%. Basic Attention Token 18.5%. Internet Computer up 10.6%, and VeChain up 25.1%. So that's the performer for the week. Obviously it's only a very small position. Chainlink, I would say, is probably the performer for me, being a larger position. And of course Bitcoin contributing the lion's share. So yeah, that's portfolio for the week, and some rather interesting news. Obviously we're all waiting on the BlackRock ETF. This could be months and months, could be up to February, or if they want to sort of fast track it, then yeah, we'll have to see what they do. And yeah, just think it's very interesting that they're allowing sort of yet more building on the futures, to be honest. But we'll see where it goes. So leave your thoughts in comments below, and like and subscribe. See you soon.